Are y'all with me today? You want to try it again? You wasn't ready for that one. Are you with me? Oh, yeah. What did we say we was going to do? We're going to pay off the youth building today. Is that right? Y'all still with me on that? We're going to pay the youth building off today. Y'all want to do that again? We're going to pay the youth building off today? Yes. All right. That's kind of cool, ain't it? Thank y'all for coming then. That's all we're... No, can't do it that way. Go ahead and get your Bible open. Let's go to Revelation. How about that? Revelation 22. We're going to look at verse 17. Just getting you set up for that. So we're going to talk about some things. We've been talking about unstoppable vision. We talked about unstoppable vision where God has set it up through Jesus Christ that your salvation would be taken care of. And then how that was going to be carried out with unstoppable people, how they will be empowered by God to do great things. And they did great things. They did a lot of stuff that nobody's could ever explain. We'll talk about that as we go through there. And last week we talked about the unstoppable idiots. Y'all remember the idiot part? Idiotes in Greek. That's what they call these people going out and doing all these wild things, reaching people, selling things, helping the needy. It's amazing, isn't it? And they called them a bunch of idiots, and they said, please be quiet. Of course, they were not quiet, and because they were not quiet, you have a seat in church. So this is what happened in the first century. Today we're going to talk about an unstoppable church. What does it take to become unstoppable as a church? One of the things I'll tell you up front is just do nothing and we don't move. And we got to think about that as we walk through this. I want you to look at Marathon's mission, which has been Lynn and I's mission for a long time. It's to lead people to become fully devoted followers of Jesus Christ. We have wrapped, listen up, we have wrapped our life around that statement. Because you got to wrap your life around something, or you don't know what to do with it. And see, our life's wrapped around that, moving people to Jesus Christ, becoming fully devoted followers of Jesus Christ. That's what we started Marathon with. That's where we are. So everything that we do wraps around that statement. When we sit down and we think where we're going to go, who we're going to see, our actions, our thoughts, where we write our checks, everything works off of that statement. The question would be, what do you operate off of? Now, let me get some things up and out and open real quick. A lot of you have accepted Jesus Christ in your life. You like the going to heaven part? I would like that too. It's like you like the going to heaven part. But what has happened in church and believers across America, we have kind of watered it down a little bit. And what I mean by that is we kind of pick and choose what we like out of the Bible. Becoming fully devoted followers of Jesus Christ hasn't really translated into actions, thoughts, and even into your pocketbook. It hasn't translated there yet. You like the church stuff, and you like the music stuff, and you like the donut stuff, but these people were different in the first church. These people were concerned about their neighbors. They were concerned for the lost. They were willing to be generous. They were willing to sell whatever they needed to sell in order to make that happen. They were willing to die for the vision of the church. And that's what Jesus asked their disciples. He said, if you're going to follow me, you better be ready to die. And they were fully ready to die for that vision. And most of them did die for that vision. Because of that, you have a seat here. You're in a church because that's what happened. But these people owned the vision. They owned it. They owned what Jesus Christ said, this is what you need to do. When that vision was passed down into the believers, to move through them out into the public, 3,000 were saved, people were added to their number daily. So what I'm asking you is, what of this God thing do you really own? And how does it really work for you? Is it pray and read my Bible and come to church and go home? Or do I really let it penetrate my thoughts, let it penetrate my actions, where I send my money, where I'm generous and where I'm not generous? So how does that really work? In the first century church, they owned it, they prayed for it, and they paid for it. Every time. Every time. Not only with their money, but with their life.